Okay, you're going to be doing that the whole time?
Well, no, dude, I'm waiting for you. The hell?
I always love doing this to my women's. And she's always got that phone in her face. I feel like the dog.
Okay, what about...
The dog, dogs don't like when you're looking at the cell phone.
Uh-huh.
They get jealous.
Right.
And I kind of feel that way most of the time because you've been playing this new gumball machine now.
So when we're sitting down to watch TV and you're texting with your girlfriends, Anya...
Well, that's business. See,
that's not business.
That's business.
We're watching TV together and you're on your phone the entire time.
Yeah, in between when you're doing the gumball machine.
Dude, then I'm like, are you even paying attention? You're like, wait, no, rewind it. I play it again. Wait.
Oh, I love it. Welcome to the FrunchRoom.
Oh my
yes, this is what radio is all about. A husband-wife team right here. MarlowKubic in the FrunchRoom with you right here.
People are my sanity.
From Brentwood Studios.
Brentwood is a
Studios, yes. In Far West Highland, Indiana. And we just welcome you in. The FrunchRoom where we allow all company at any time.
True. Especially dogs.
Well, if we do get company and really don't want them, then we just don't answer the door. We kind of hide.
That's why it stinks.
Hide behind the door.
When it's warm out and you have the windows open and the doors open, you can't pretend you're not home.
Who is it?
You can't pretend you're not home.
And I guess the bad thing with our house, we have those little sightings, which we never had before, and we exposed them. So now we have to be very careful because...
Yeah, you exposed them.
Well, I wanted more light in.
Ah, there we go.
Wanted more light in. Yes, broadcasting to you from
hiding from you in a bunker in Far West Highland.
Actually, we're broadcasting to you from a henge far atop the EJ Corvettes building.
Well, of course.
Right there on 87th and Cicero.
Throwing paint cans off the... Oh, no,
yes,
not anymore.
No, we don't do that. No. We always allow company to pop in. That's a given. And a show where we love potted meats. This is true. We love potted meats. A show, the only show in the world.
In the world.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
With Dacron. Only show with Dacron. The only show in the world where we keep things flush.
Flush?
Yes,
or
that's
floss?
right. We keep things flush.
I did floss.
Well, you have to say a big hello to Mrs. Kwasny. I know she's listening. Our nosy neighbor.
Closed.
Our nosy neighbor. We have to keep the shades down here because Mrs. Kwasny's always a nose. She's like Mrs. Kravitz.
Well, on the back of this wall used to have a door to go out back, and before we bought the house, the people before us blocked that in, and thank goodness, because Mrs. Kwasny would just be walking in here.
She'd just walk right in here into the edit suite. This is where we're doing the show. Big hello to Mrs. McGillicuddy, Gilbert Frigbead. We have to say hi. He's listening.
Easy for you
British.
to say.
And everyone at the Elephantine Splashboard.
Well, yeah.
So we just want to say hello there. And yes, our late dog, our late night dog, Fluffy. Oh, I used to have a late night dog on the late night radio, and then he came in the afternoons. Now we just do the show whenever we want to. But I still consider it more of a late night show.
True.
We're welcoming in our dog, our late night dog, Fluffy, and he's right here. Thank you, Fluffy. And everyone at the Cha-Cha-Cha Palace.
Well, yeah.
And everyone listening at the Chateau Boucher. So we have to just say hello, and we welcome you in. Dolby Extra Doubly, right here. Poly Unsaturated Radio. Even though we're online, it's not terrestrial, but I'm a terrestrial type of guy.
It sounds like the ointment for that.
And unsequential nuances for the fevered minds. Yes, fully croissant right here on air. And post-meridium as far. So we welcome you in. And thank you so much for joining us. Yes, I'm so used to doing live radio that this is kind of dayless radio. Because we're trying to keep this time sensitive, I guess. You could say.
Time during the day, time sensitive?
No, about anything happening in the world.
Okay.
Even though we have to talk about some things, like we missed that Notre Dame thing. Yes. I had a whole bit set up for the Notre Dame fire.
On the day when you were going to hang with Jesus.
That was on Good Friday. The Notre Dame thing burnt down, the day before, a couple days before.
Yeah.
Tragic that Notre Dame had the fire.
The thing that is not tragic, the saving grace in the tragedy is nobody was hurt. Nobody died.
That's good. And they saved the crown of thorns.
Well, thank God.
Well, no. That God didn't do it. Some other dude ran in. I think a priest.
Billy Schmierka ran in.
Schmierka ran in, yes. Marty Schmutzpa put the kibosh on that. No, he didn't. Morty Schmutzpah actually.
He was celebrating Passover.
Schmutzpah's been my agent a long time. He's a good guy, down to earth.
Enjoy the gefilte he sent.
He takes 76%, but still good. He gets the gigs, right? That's all that counts. Notre Dame.
This is the only gig he got us.
No, I know. This is it.
Why is he getting 76%? I'm getting nothing.
It's actually getting worse and worse and worse. I started out fairly strong 8 years ago on radio. Then shifts and changes, and then they stuck me on late night. Then I got afternoons, but only one day, and then now I have nothing.
Now we're in our house. Now it's like we're under house arrest.
Pretty soon, I'm afraid the mortgage guy's going to come.
We're under comedic house arrest.
I'm afraid the mortgage guy's going to come and say, you got to do you got to do this stuff from the attic now,
or the garage. Yeah, Wells Fargo's going to show up and put the kibosh on us again.
Notre Dame. So this fire happened. It's the building is 860 years old.
Yeah.
It's amazing. 860 years old. Now we've been to Europe. You've been to Europe several times. I've been there several times. I've been to Paris a bunch. I just never went to Notre Dame. I never even went to the Eiffel Tower.
I've been up in the Eiffel Tower. I was in France for a convention for work. I was in Paris for a very little time, a very short amount of time, because we had to go down to Cannes, not the film festival, but the convention was down there. So on our way in, we got the rental car, we flew to Nice, got the rental car, drove to Cannes. On our way back, Nice, back to Paris. We had a few hours, so we ran to the Eiffel Tower, got to the top, took some pictures, realized we have to go catch our flight. I saw Notre Dame from afar. I did not go there. My sister, however, in her, I think, junior or senior year of high school, did a trip to Europe and did actually go to Mass in Notre Dame.
Sounds thrilling.
He loves my stories. What can I say? He's going to edit this whole thing out.
Well, I was waiting for a punchline, but I guess, we'll take anything you have.
Okay, here's the punchline. Had I gone into Notre Dame, it would have burst into flames back then. How's that?
That's good.
Okay.
See, there's the punchline. That's what I was looking for.
Looking for?
Looking. Get your mind out of the gutter. Oh, my God. See what I have to put up with? Can you believe that? I have to put up with this all day. He's married to a
12-year-old boy.
I've been to Paris a bunch of times, and I was always so exhausted because in my travels,
you were working when you were there.
In the band, we'd be traveling, and always Paris, we had an extra day, and I just stayed in bed. You know, when you travel for a living, you don't really care about some of the sights. You want to see as much as you can, but I was like, Berlin Wall. Okay, that's where it used to be. Right. Oh, cool.
Yeah, they took it down. Okay.
Oh, here's the corridor as you drive in. Cool. You know, here's an old clock tower. Oh, nice. Yeah. You know. So, but I didn't see it, but I think I saw the tower from afar. Now, horrible traffic in Paris. Oh, my God.
You and I did get a day together in London.
Yes, we went to McDonald's.
We
did.
We went around to see as much as we could in that one day, and we went to Trafalgar Square. We went to Piccadilly Circus. We went to the Buckingham Palace. We did. Right. I mean, literally just pictures outside of these places and did as much as we could. We did get fish and chips, which was awesome.
Did we go to the Abbey Road, or was that? No, I think I went there by myself.
No, we didn't. I did not go there with you. But the pictures I have are of the one day where you were off, and we literally ran to everything we could that day. It's the only time we really ever did sightseeing, because we don't really sightsee when we go places. Although, I have to say, if anyone out there drinks Pimm's, I was all excited because Pimm's is made in England.
Pimm's Cup number 1.
Pimm's Cup number 1. So I'm at the hotel bar. Can I get a Pimm's? No, we don't have any here.
They export that crap.
So we take the ferry across to Dublin. You had a show there. I go to the bar. Can I get a Pimm's? Sure. I'm like, can you send some over on the ferry back?
And everyone's looking at you. What are you, like 75? All right, so back to Notre Dame, the fire, a horrible thing. Old building. Apparently it was an electrical fire, I believe. I never even followed up on it. It was all like Notre Dame.
And then
Trump. For a day and a half, and then back to Trump.
Now, here's the thing. We were checking to see if they
You think I'm ever going to get to my bit, or are you just going to keep on with your stories?
Well, we wanted to see if they were going to have insurance. If they were insured or not. And we wondered if the Vatican owned Notre Dame, and they do not.
They do not. The state or the government
of
France owns Notre Dame, and they have been letting the Archdiocese use it since 1905 or something. There was some crazy law where they owned all the churches that were older than dirt, and so they've been using it. So the Archdiocese has to take care of it, upkeep, things like that, pay the electric bill or whatever. Must have a huge heating bill.
Are they all candles though?
I don't think so. I think they're the fake ones.
That'd be a lot of candles.
The flicker little lights.
The little fake
I think
ones.
they changed all of that over the lighting. Unbelievable, though. They raised over $1 billion in 48 hours. $1 billion.
Well, it helps when there's a rich person giving you $100 million.
48 hours, $1 billion. Is it going to cost? What kind of? The place is still standing. I mean, I know the roof fell in and it's old, but I think the roof has been rebuilt since 860 years ago.
Is Kuziak working on that?
I think so. Okay. Kuziak Construction, right here in Northwest Indiana,
is working on.
Yeah, he's sending out a fleet of.
That's why it's so expensive.
He's sending out a fleet of trucks from Navy Pier.
A fleet of trucks
on a ship
from Navy Pier.
Put them on a ship
to France.
Got to go through the St. Lawrence Seaway, Ontario Lake, and all that crap. Come out by where is it? Up Newfoundland or whatever.
Come out near the Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Yes. What about the Pope? It was funny because I read something about the Pope. Now I know the Vatican has some cash laying around. I'd like to see his petty cash.
Well,
box.
after all the sexual abuse scandals, maybe not.
They just 5 Hail Marys and
change where you locate it.
3 Bloody Marys and they're out of there. Yeah, but the Pope came on and he said that I thought he was going to say, okay, I'll kick in 100 G's or something. He comes in and he says,
I'll give you some rosaries.
I sent prayers. What's that going to bring in? Maybe a banister for one of the stairwells or something? Maybe
not even.
You don't even
maybe
think
some
so?
Incense.
Anyway, we hope Notre Dame gets rebuilt. And the thing about it, it's 860 years old. Mm-hmm. 860 years old. Here in America, in the Midwest, in Northwest Indiana especially, for all the people who are economic developers here, they keep building and building and building and building. We're building up around here. I moved here because I liked it kind of small. Chicago's right over there, not far away. 22 miles.
They have stuff.
But now economic development. And what kills me is they build these buildings here. One was 25 years old.
Oh, tear it down. That's too old.
Too old. It has asbestos and it has bad wiring.
And it's ugly.
And it has mold. It's out of date.
It's ugly.
I have friends in London their houses are 560 years old. Now, this Notre Dame place, 860 years old.
This Notre Dame place.
860 years old. Don't tell me they don't have a little speck of mold somewhere.
They don't care about it in France.
All I'm going to say, one thing, they have $1 billion. First of all, where are they keeping that $1 billion? They have a cigar box, like a Dutch Master cigar box somewhere in the back.
No, wait, doesn't everyone have
behind the tabernacle?
What,
do they have,
where is it that have an offshore account somewhere?
Oh, out in the Caribbean somewhere, where Rudy lives.
Fiji or something.
Where Rudy lives.
The Cayman Islands.
The Caymans, yeah. I want to see. Here's the thing. I want to see all the receipts from all the materials when they go to Home Depot. We need 7 4x4s. 32,000 sheets of plywood.
That would be Un Depot La Maison.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your French. I appreciate that.
Un Depot La Maison.
Well, enough about Notre Dame. Now a word from our sponsor, Zeenholz.
You feeling a little run down lately? Check out Zeenholz White Coffee and Amphetamine Cafe. Come in and try to relax where you'll get all hopped up, get all your energy back, and still feel like crap the next day. Make sure you sign up for our Addicts card so you can reap all the bennies Zeenholz has to offer. Come in this week and receive a free on-the-go vial. So make sure you check out Zeenholz White Coffee and Amphetamine Cafe with several undisclosed locations. Zeenholz.
All right, we're back. Welcome back into the front room.
Yes.
MarlowKubic here. My lovely wife, Kat Marlow. My own person, Yoko. And yours truly, Rick Kubic, here from Brantwood Studios in far west Highland, Indiana, right near downtown Chicago, not too far. Well, you know, everything costs today.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it amazing? Here's the thing. Let me tell you something. It cost you to come into this world.
Oh, yeah.
When you're born, it cost you. And you didn't even ask to come into this world. You didn't have any choice, really.
Nope.
You didn't ask. Your parents were just nailing each other somewhere.
Ew.
You ever wonder that?
No! La 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 la.
You ever wonder where you were conceived?
In my mother's womb. Hello.
No, I mean, but where they were they at the drive-in?
No.
Or the backseat of the old Plymouth?
Oh my God, no.
The bedroom?
According to me, my parents never had sex.
Maybe the backyard?
Nope. Stork just dropped me. That's it. End of story.
It bothers her that when you speak of parents having sex. Does it bother you?
Ew.
We don't have a phone, so you have to text in or chat in.
Ew, David. My shit's crazy.
It's so funny. It costs you to come into the world, and then, of course, all through life.
It cost you just to be here.
It costs. It's always cost. I don't know who the hell set up the world like this, but it kind of sucks sometimes, doesn't it? I mean,
I think the aliens did.
And, you know, the thing is when you die, then they nail you really good.
Right, but you're dead, so you don't know it, and you don't have to do anything.
I know, but you
Other people have to deal with it, but you don't.
You have to be responsible.
It's not like they're keeping you on life support until you pay.
Listen,
Oh, wait, I just gave them an idea, didn't I?
We've had to bury a few people, and we know the dealio with dealing with that.
Well, that person dies, and it costs, and the cost gets moved to the people who are still here.
But generally, the person dying usually has something set up to take care of that. Mm-hmm. All in all, I think, here's my suggestion. Now, I don't know how many of you have been to New York City, but when you go into New York, you go through a tunnel or a bridge, New York, Manhattan. You got to take either the Triborough Bridge or you have to take the Verrazano Bridge, Holland Tunnel, Lincoln Tunnel.
Yo, Holland Tunnel!
Washington Bridge, George Washington Bridge. And what they've developed there, this is a really good thing, and we could put this towards a life experience.
Okay.
You pay the toll one way. That's how it's set up, to reduce traffic.
You pay to get in, you don't pay to get out.
I'd rather pay to get in, and when we go out of the world, let's have it free, because they really go overboard with the coffins and the whole thing.
Well, that's why I'm not leaving any of that expense to you or anyone else. I'm donating my body to research, and that'll be that.
You'll be a reject. They're gonna put your body on a catapult and just go.
No, because mine is to find a cure for MS. So they're gonna want to see what's going on with my body.
That's true.
I have MS. I want to find a cure for MS.
They'll send a diver in it through the wine.
Now, Rick, on the other hand, if he donates anything, they're going to reject it because he's the Toxic Avenger.
And can you explain that to the listeners, please?
That you swam in the Cal Sag when you were a kid and everything is contaminated inside of you.
I think it just fends off all viruses. Although I did have a weirdo virus just last week, a little sinus infection.
Well, you had pleurisy, you had your throat closed up.
Which I still have a little bit. I have that Keith Richards kind of Keith thing going on. Because yesterday's show, when I was laughing, I sounded like Keith a little bit. It was like... You know,
why are you saying his name like it has an F
I can't do it because that's what they call him. Don't you? You don't know anything about.
I don't like him.
About the Rolling Stones and the lovely Mick Jagger. He's such a man. So sexy. But yeah, I think. Stop.
No.
Adam Ant. Just think that. Okay, so that'll be good.
Joey Ramone.
She's a big. Yeah, there you go. Lux Interior. Oh, God. Yeah, but I think on the way out, they should just let it... Oh, I'm sorry. On the way out, they should just let it go for free.
Did you bump into someone?
No, I was checking time.
You apologized to the computer.
I think on the way out, they should just let us
go.
Have a freebie in or out. Give us some... Throw us something here. And I know I'm going to get hit. Oh, somebody has to pay for everything. Nothing's for free. They always say that. Some things are for free.
Well, actually, what they would say is you specifically did not get charged when you came into this world. Your parents did. So you came in for free to yourself, but you have to pay when you go out. That's what the argument would be. Hi, I'm Devil's Advocate.
Yes, there you go.